Good day everyone. Our task for today is to tackle about the theories and principles in the use and design of technology-driven learning lessons. In my assigned report, I will be discussing one of the learning theories, which is the cone of experience. But before we discuss this, let's take a step back and learn more about Edgar Dale, who theorized the cone of experience. Who is Edgar Dale? Edgar Dale was born in 1900s and he grew up on a family farm in North Dakota, United States. He earned both his bachelor's and master's degrees from the University of North Dakota and made his way as a teacher in a small rural school. Before he became a professor in Ohio State University, he completed first his doctor's in philosophy at the University of Chicago and joined the Eastman Kodak Company. He also served as president of the Division of Visual Instruction of the National Education Association, or NEA. In addition to mentoring doctoral students and working as a professor, Dale made significant contributions in many areas of research. To name a few, his work includes How to Appreciate Motion Pictures in 1933, Teaching with Motion Pictures in 1937, Audiovisual Methods in Teaching in 1946, 1954, and 1969, which is related to his former job in Kodak Company. Okay, let's move on to our topic, the cone of experience. Dale cone of experience is a model that incorporates several theories related to instructional design and learning processes. During the 1960s, Edgar Dale theorized that learners retain more information by what they do as opposed to what is heard, read, or observed. When a learner moves from direct and purposeful experiences to verbal symbols, the degree of abstraction gradually grows, and as a result, learners become spectators rather than participants. Edgar Dale's cone of experience helps other professionals to plan learning experiences that take advantage of the most effective learning environments. It also showcases how we can use a variety of materials and mediums to maximize learner experiences. So, as you can see, we have here two images. In the left side, we have the interpretation of what is Dale's cone of experience all about, and in the right side we have the exact pyramid that Edgar Dale used to describe his theory. As you have noticed, there are 11 levels of Dale's authentic cone of experience. The arrangement of the levels in the cone is not based on its difficulty. Instead, it focuses on abstraction and the number of senses involved. Instructional designers can mix and interrelate these experiences to foster more meaningful learning. Okay, let us have a look at each level individually. As what I have said, there are 11 levels of cone experience. Let's begin in the peak of the cone. First, we have verbal symbols. As explored, each level of the cone moves the learner a step farther away from real-life experiences. As such, experiences focusing only on the use of verbal symbols are the farthest removed from real life. Verbal symbols are highly abstract as they bear no physical resemblance to the objects or ideas they stand for. In fact, these verbal symbols provide no visual representations or clues to their meaning. Dale used the word horse to illustrate this. Writing the word horse does not look like a horse, sound like a horse, or feel like a horse. In fact, the letters H-O-R-S-E don't look, sound, smell, taste, or feel anything like the actual animal. Second, we have the visual symbols. The other highly abstract level includes visual symbols, such as charts, maps, graphs, and diagrams that are used to conceptual representation. These visual symbols help to make just about any reality into something easier to understand. Visual symbols often include simple illustrations that do not include any unnecessary detail. This makes them relatively easy to procure and prepare. Third on the list is the recordings, radio, and still pictures. Edgar Dale created this model in 1946. As such, he included the multimedia assets of his time, such as recordings, radio, and still pictures. In more modern terms, this level could include photos, podcasts, or audio films. If we go back to the images I've shown earlier, the interpretation is way different from the exact cone. One of the most common misrepresentations treats seeing as more effective than hearing. Yet, Dale placed visual and auditory media on the similar level of abstraction. After all, in both cases, you are merely observing visual symbols like still picture or verbal symbols like audio recordings. Neither example actively asks anything of the learner. Next level we have here, motion pictures and educational television. Most recent publications combine levels 8 and 7 into one category, which is the level 8 motion picture and the level 7 educational television. After all, motion pictures and television are similar mediums. They enable learners to process real-life processes or events through on-screen recordings. Motion pictures and educational television include, for example, videos, animations, and TV programs, which imply value and messages through moving pictures. These are abstract experiences as learners focus on observation instead of active participation. As a result, learners have little or no opportunity to participate in or use senses other than seeing and hearing. But while streaming experiences can't recreate the richness of reality, videos do present an on-screen abstraction of real-life processes and events. Next, we have exhibits. The sixth level of Dale's cone of experience moves us away from the most abstract experiences. This is the first level that opens the door for an expanded range of sensory and participatory experiences. In fact, this level can be summarized as meaningful displays with limited handling. After all, most exhibits are experiences that are for the eyes only. Yet, some exhibits include sensory elements that can be related to direct, purposeful experiences. These exhibits are specifically designed for interactivity. As a result, this experience allows learners to see meaning and relevance of things based on the different pictures and presentations presented. Next, we have study trips. Field trips expand the social learning opportunities provided by online learning. As a result, the learning experience is not limited to the traditional training setting but rather extended to a more complex environment. Study trips offer the sights and sounds of real-world setting. The main activity focuses on observing from the sidelines aside from occasional opportunities to participate. Participation could include, for instance, hopping in a fire truck or milking a cow. These rich experiences help learners to learn more about different objects, systems, and situations. As such, study trips provide an opportunity to experience something that learners cannot be encountered within the traditional classroom space. Next level, we have demonstrations. A demonstration is a visualized explanation of facts, ideas, or process. They are a common way to train employees or students as they require relatively little preparation and resources. After all, individuals observed a lot simply by watching others. On the top of that, demonstrations can include pictures, drawings, film, and other types of media in order to facilitate clear and effective learning. This approach helps to showcase how individuals can complete these tasks in real life. Like exhibits and field trips, demonstrations may or may not include an element of participation. As such, demonstrations sit in the middle of the cone based on their abstraction. Next, we have dramatized experiences. Dramatized experiences can be seen as role-play exercises. This means reconstructing situations for learning purposes. As a result, the third level involves shifting learners, at least some of them, from observers to active participants. This enables learners to participate in reconstructed experiences that could give them a better understanding of the idea or concept. In this manner, dramatizing real-life experiences can help learners to get closer to certain realities that are not easily available firsthand. The second level is called contrived experiences, which focuses on the editing of reality. At this level, teachers use representative models and mock-ups to provide an experience that is close to reality as possible. This can make the concept easier to grasp. After all, some realities are far too complex to take in all at once. As such, contrived experiences are imitations that sometimes teach better than the realities they imitate. Contrived experiences are very practical and make the learning experience more accessible. After all, they have a concrete nature that permits easy visualization and helps to foster a better understanding of the concept at hand. We have here the last level of the cone of experience, which is the direct purposeful experiences. The bottom level of Dale's cone of experience is also the least abstract. Direct purposeful experiences are hands-on activities that grant us responsibility for driving a specific outcome. We are active agents in the learning experience. In a sense, direct purposeful experiences are an abridged version of the life itself. These rich, full-bodied experiences can be considered the bedrock of all education. After all, learners can see, handle, taste, feel, touch, and smell these experiences. As such, at this level, learners use more senses in order to build up their knowledge. Learners learn by doing tasks themselves. As a result, learning happens through actual hands-on experiences.